very, very Merry Christmas, everyone. Ho, ho, ho. Joe Jesus, forever young, is joining me this morning, Christmas Eve 2018.
Boy, time does fly. Wow.
Quickly?
Very, very quick. Well, I just turned 40. 40 years ago. But this morning, I got up. I would have been here earlier. But with that snow that we had out there,
right?
By the time I put the chains on my car and all of that, it took time. So
the chains. That's a great memory.
That is a great. Everybody used to do that, And then when one of the links would break, they'd be smacking against that car. Bam.
Absolutely.
But the great part of it, and I'm sure people are going to remember, back then, if you didn't have it, you didn't get it. And what I mean by that is we had Star Store, we had Cherries, we had Wings, Sears, all of these, all right in the downtown area. It was totally beautiful. Woolworths, yeah. But the big stores, you'd start your Christmas shopping probably in November, right around Thanksgiving. And when I say you'd start then, only because you didn't have the money to pay for it, so you put it on layaway. And then every week you went and you paid. And a week before, a couple of days before Christmas, downtown was booming. I mean, everybody was going down there to pick up all of their gifts. It was so fantastic because we never got in trouble back then because we didn't have any credit cards. If you didn't have it, you didn't get it.
Right.
That was the end of the story.
That's right.
And today it's just a little different.
You think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We're playing commercials to get you out of credit debt.
Oh, that song you played by Mike Kudo?
Oh.
Wasn't that fantastic?
Oh, my gosh. No one better than Mike Kudo to bring us back to those days. And you can go on YouTube.
Yes, you can.
It's titled Old New England Christmas. Folks, do that, and you'll just be so enriched. The memories that he brought back, he even brought us the scent, the smell from the peanut store.
That was good. That was good, yeah. Well, I talked to Mike about maybe a week or two ago, and when you go on that YouTube, you're going to find there's more than one song. He's got a lot of songs in there that he can play, and it was so fantastic. When I first heard it, it was great. It was so unbelievable. And then you see the picture that they had in the 50s. You didn't see that?
Which one?
Oh, the one that he sang the song with?
Sure.
Well, he had pictures with that. And I'll try to get it later.
No, with all of the buses and the downtown stores.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, this was the incredible part. Because back then, the trolleys went out, I think, in the late 40s. And then it was strictly the buses. But every corner, these buses were packed, standing room only. That's all it was. And, it was so much fun to see what was going down. Because any place you wanted to go, you took a bus.
That's right.
It was, a three-family house had 3 cars.
Sure.
Today, a cottage has 3 cars.
We're reminiscing Christmas with Joe Jesus. Now, what are you wearing for this show?
Oh, I got my plaid pants.
Mm-hmm.
My green shoes.
Green shoes?
Yep.
Socks?
Socks, well, I got a red and a green one, so
I said that you will wear red, and you did. Taylor said green, so he's right, too.
Yes.
Green sweater.
White shirt and red tie.
And what's
you like that tie pin?
I do. What is that?
It's an angel.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That goes back so many years.
Really?
Yeah. So do the shoes. Shoes go back to the 80s.
And you came in your red car?
Yes.
Hey, my goodness, you're all set.
Well, I couldn't drive them both, so I figured I'd take the red one.
What do you remember of Christmas past that are really, heart-rending?
Well, Christmas past, everybody walked every place. Everybody, you shared everything that you had with everybody. For the boys, we lived on Bevel Avenue on Collette Street. So the cars would come down. We didn't have the plows like they do today. So sometimes you'd see the tire tracks going down. But then you'd see the tar So we would always cover the tar because we'd go up to North Front. And when a car came around the corner, back then we had bumpers on the cars. So the guys would jump on the bumpers of the car and go down on our feet all the way down like we were skiing.
What would be in your Christmas stocking? I want you to go way back now.
Back then, everything was closed with one toy.
Yeah.
And maybe candy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And everybody enjoyed what they were getting. Everybody shared the candy, but the clothes was the big thing because now you had new shoes, a new shirt, a new pants. Wow, this was exciting.
Sure.
But I think one thing I wish I had now, but I haven't got a pair, unfortunately, were called knickers.
Knickers?
You know what the knickers were?
Yeah, I know what they were. But you're talking about the pants that come up past
to
your knee? Yeah.
With the big socks. That's what we'd go to school with.
Wow, you're really going back. Back.
That was, that was the fun of it all. That was the fun of it all. And, again, we all had places to go. Now, we used to go to a place called Johnny's, where Kaplan's used to be. It's Kaliman now.
Mm-hmm.
And in there, they had all the jute boxes by the booths.
Yeah.
And in one big jute box, and everybody would go in there, and we'd sing in whatever songs were really popular back then. But, back then, it was more romantic and more loving. Now, they want to get rid of that song,
Baby, it's cold outside.
With Dean Martin. Now, you know what's incredible about that? We took that as a loving and romantic song. We didn't look at it the way these guys look at it today. Sure, it led to that, but our minds weren't there.
Right.
It was so nice because around Christmas time, you're buying your girlfriend a gift. She's buying you a gift. You're going to go to Lincoln Park dancing. I mean, this was just totally unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Everything was together. And we had auto theaters. You know what auto theaters were?
Drive-ins or no?
Well, you can call them drive-ins, but they were places called for parking, Lover's Lane.
What did they call them?
Lover's Lane.
No, auto
theaters. Yeah. So, the incredible part of that was, the place would be loaded with cars, but you'd never see anybody. And then all of a sudden, intermission come. And where the heck did everybody come from?
Oh, my gosh. Too funny.
But
where was your favorite parking place?
Monkey's Island.
Where's Monkey's Island?
Right by Tabor. Tabor.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Right into there where the island goes out a little.
Yeah.
That in Church Street was another good one.
Church Street where?
Where Pioneer Lakers is.
Oh.
That was another lovely lane. And the beaches, East-West Beach. Was it was so unreal because everybody was but it was different. It was so completely different.
In a minute, we're going to walk with you up and down Union Street and along Purchase Street, and I want you to reminisce some of the stores. But first, we are remembering Christmas pasts with Joe Jesus, and we want you to partake in this. Let's go to our phone lines. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, Joe, Dirty Deb.
Hey, Dirty Deb.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing wonderful.
Oh, man, last time I saw you, you gave me the brush.
I gave you the brush?
And you gave me the brush. You had other women at a table, and oh, man. You know how to hurt a girl.
That was my cousin and her friends.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to cause trouble.
No, you're not. You're not.
Hey, listen, who was at the end of Union Street that had a shoe store?
The shoe store?
Shoes. They had boots and Chippewas, and was that Union Shoe Repair?
Oh, you're talking about the repair shop. Is that the one you're talking about?
And he also sold boots, too. Nice guy, nice-looking guy, Portuguese. I was scared of him because I was a lot younger, but I really thought he was good-looking.
Hey, yeah, I figured you'd say that, Deb.
I never met a guy I didn't like. You know that.
Now,
Do you remember the name of that store?
I'm trying to think of...
At the bottom.
At the bottom of Union Street.
I want to say the foot of Union on the north side.
On the north side. That's where the bars are now.
North side.
Yeah, on the north
I
side.
got it. Union Shoe Repair.
Union Shoe Repair. I don't remember that one.
Yes,
Because you had
way
a bar
down
at the
foot.
bottom of the street.
Right before it hits 18. I don't even know if 18. Oh, I think 18 was there then. I'm not sure.
No.
What year did 18 go through?
I'm sorry?
When did they have the redevelopment for Route 18?
Oh, Route 18, I think that was in maybe the 60s, 70s.
Okay, this was in the...
Yeah, I don't think
I
they
just
had
got
it
my
because...
license, so it must have been 74, 75, something like that.
Yeah, I think 70s, because what had taken place before, it was a nice way to get back and forth if you lived in the north end or the south end, that you came by, different streets. But, when they put that in, it changed the entire sculpture of downtown New Bedford.
Dirty Deb, do you remember chains on your wheels to go through the snow?
I carry chains with me all the time, and because if you get stuck, you can wrap it through the slots in your rims of your truck, and you can get out.
Yep.
You can carry just a tow chain with you. I got 5 chains in every truck. But the other thing I wanted to tell you, you know that revolving door at Cherry's?
Yeah.
That was across from you, Joe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I went in there, and I was skinny and tall and younger than all those other broads. We were all in the basement for a deal, And they wouldn't let me out of it. I had to go around sometimes 3 times before I could jump out. They were hell on wheels. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dirty Deb. She is too much.
It's funny.
She is. We have lots of phone calls. If you'd like to join us, Joe Jesus, the ever-youthful Joe Jesus, is at 508-996-0500 as we remember Christmas pasts here on this Christmas Eve.
That's right.
2018. Yeah. Folks, we're going to take a quick break to have some eggnog,
I was just going to talk about that.
Are you going to spike yours?
Well, naturally.
All right. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go away. Well, let's see. We don't have a spare phone line available. Everyone loves you.
Oh, thank you.
When did you have the peanut store downtown?
Well, I had the peanut store in the late 80s, and I moved it from William Street over to Union Street because I owned a Bristol building. To run 2 places was sort of tough. Mm-hmm. So I closed William Street and I opened Union Street, and it was unbelievable. But what I did on both stores, I cut a hole in the bottom of the wall, and I vented the roaster.
You mean...
So when they were roasting the peanuts.
You got people hungry by blowing the aroma of roasting peanuts out on the sidewalk. Very well. You've always been a smart entrepreneur.
It was so unbelievable, no kidding.
Burger King took your idea, by the way.
Did they?
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's go over here. Good morning, and thanks for calling in.
Good morning.
Good morning, Counselor Brian Gomes.
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Brian.
Let me just say before I ask you a question, Phil, I would like to take the opportunity to wish the entire city and the greater New Bedford area a very Merry Christmas. And as we go along today, may we express the love of Christmas to those that we run into, and as we approach the night that Santa Claus comes to town.
Amen.
And with that said, can you tell me what Joe is dressed in today, that
Yes.
elf?
I'll be very happy
I'll bet
to.
you, let me say first, I'll bet you maybe a red jacket, white shirt,
Yep.
black pants.
No.
Oh, this is Christmas.
Okay, green pants.
Close.
Close?
Plaid.
Plaid. He's definitely a Santa's helper you got there.
He'd look good out there on the golf course.
I think
He'd look good in the golf course in Scotland.
I think today is, again, a day that we spread the love. But, you know, you're talking about old-time Christmas in the city.
Right.
I can remember when the streets of the city, just like you and Joe sitting there, were decorated with lights that stretched east and west on Purchase Street all the way up into the north end of the city of New Bedford. What a beautiful sight it was.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Along with the Common Park and an area neighborhood up the north end, just off Church Street, Phil and Joe, if you remember. Many of those residents used to decorate their houses to the hill. And
Absolutely.
people used to drive them streets just off Church Street to look at all those beautiful lights that were set up.
Maywood.
That's correct.
Seabury. My father and mother-in-law used to make their little house look like something out of a Disney movie.
On Maywood Street.
Maywood.
Right.
Maywood and Carlisle.
You were taken for a ride to see all those beautiful lights in the neighborhood.
That's
and not
right,
that
Brian.
the city did not share the Christmas spirit throughout, but these people went above and beyond to share the
Sure.
Christmas spirit in the city of New Bedford.
Yes, and long trails of cars would slowly pass the houses. Absolutely, buddy.
Christmas time in the city of New Bedford. Merry Christmas, gentlemen, to
Thank
all,
you, Brian.
to all over at WBSM. Keep being the voice of the people, and have a great holiday, and everyone be safe. And think about those that won't be out at home tonight,
That's
celebrating Christmas Eve and tomorrow, such as our police officers, firefighters, EMS, nurses, doctors, and others that will take care of businesses and make sure the gas lines are running right and everything. Merry Christmas to them, and thank you for the services rendered, and especially one special thanks to those men and women who serve us in the armed forces.
Amen.
Keep our freedoms alive, that we can celebrate Christmas as we do. Merry Christmas, gentlemen.
Thank you, Brian. Give a
Thank
big
you.
Christmas kiss to your mother for us. Thank you.
I will. And
Thank
hugs
you.
Thank
right
you,
back
Brian.
to you.
Thank
Hugs
you.
right back to you and Joe and our entire city.
Thank you, buddy. Brian
Have a great day.
Gomes, a city councilor. Wow, we're reminiscing with Joe Jesus. Let's take another call here. Good morning and thank you. How are you?
Morning, Phil and Joe. How are you today?
We're
Very
doing
good,
well.
Very good.
All right. Hey, you were talking about Dean Martin's "Baby It's Cold Outside." I want to give you some good news that that song is now in the Billboard Top 100 this year, for 2018, and that in the month of December, that it is in the top 10 downloads from any of the digital sites for music. So,
Thank you for that.
Political correctness has backfired because most people don't give a crap about that. So Dean Martin has hit the top 100 for the first time since like 1968.
So we got to thank the guy who ever come out with that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was probably one person that said I object, which is the best part. So, but one thing to remember, I don't know if you guys were in the area at the time. I'm sure you were, Joe. But if you went down to Newport, you used to be able to see the fleet was covered in Christmas lights and decorations during this time in Newport.
How interesting.
You ever remember? If you look it up online, you may see some
Yep.
photos. Say, Christmas, the fleet in Newport, and they used to decorate every single destroyer with and destroyer tender with lights. It was really neat.
Awesome. That is
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
Hey, listen, Merry Christmas to you, Phil, and to you, Joe, and
Thank you.
and to your families.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Yep.
We
Thank
love
you.
having you part of this program.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And our fishing fleet, how they would always
Do the
decorate.
light, that's right.
Good morning. You're on with Joe Jesus. Hello. Good morning.
Morning. Yes, I kind of think that might be Dirty Dub was talking about the shoe store. I think that might be New York Shoe Repair.
Oh, New York.
No, New York Shoe Repair is up on Dartmouth Street.
Now it is. Was it there before?
Well, it's been
Only
there
ones I
far
can
back
think
as I
of is
can.
New York Shoe Repair, Poyance, and Harvey's that was downtown.
Yep. You might be right because they've been on Dartmouth Street for many. I go back to the 50s when they were on Dartmouth Street.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I hearken Brian Gomes's words. When it was, I remember the downtown being all decorated, the storefronts, the wreaths, the lights. It was just like I was a kid, but it was like a magical feeling down there.
Sure.
Now there's nothing down there.
Well, we want to give the South End and North End credit too, because the South End on Water Street and Acushnet Avenue, that was also very but that was Friday nights and Saturday nights. Downtown was Thursday nights. But they didn't. I think back then, I don't know what it was, more love, more family, more whatever it may have been. But Christmas was really Christmas. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, the shopping now is on Amazon, and back then it was, every store but we never knew that. And it made such a difference. Even our Christmas trees. Everybody would go out and get a fresh Christmas tree. And you know what you never see anymore? This is a shame, but listen to this.
What?
Back then we'd go get our own Christmas trees. And then in the 60s, maybe the 70s, they came out with an aluminum Christmas tree. But, most of all, what I don't see anymore, Phil, and I've been looking for the last couple of years.
What's that?
Every Christmas tree I go by, I don't see any more tinsel. And I mean, what happened to tinsel?
Wow. That is a throwback. Oh, my gosh. My brother used to get so angry at me because I'd throw it on the tree to get on the... Oh, it's because of joking,
I hope
huh?
you guys, I hope you, Phil, and you, Joe, have a very Merry Christmas and
Likewise.
a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
And everybody out and listen to WBSM.
Thank you so much. You're such a delight to have on the air with us.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
We're with Joe Jesus. And your phone calls at 508-9960-500. I hear that because children choke, we don't have tinsel anymore.
Well, I can understand that. I didn't think about that.
You
Sure.
say, you say. We're going to be right back, folks. Don't go. We'd love to have you join us. Joe Jesus in a green cardigan sweater, red tie, white shirt, plaid pants.
Hey, wait a minute.
Green shoes, and on his left foot a red sock, right foot a green sock, and he's looking marvelous, darling, marvelous. so good to be in your company, especially on a day like today, Christmas Eve 2018 with Joe Jesus and Tim Weisberg. Tim, good morning, my buddy.
Morning, guys. How are you? Merry Christmas to you
Merry
and to
Christmas.
the audience.
Thank you, Tim. And I understand that we can actually see what Joe is wearing.
When you had mentioned that Joe is coming in for Christmas Eve, I said, well, I got to come in and do a video because I can only imagine what he's going to come in dressed as for Christmas. So I figured I had to come in and get the cameras going. So if you go to the WBSM YouTube channel, so just go to YouTube and type in WBSM or go to the WBSM app, and we sent out an alert for it, and you can actually see. And I'm gonna do a camera zoom
right now.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, folks. Those of you who are going to YouTube, type in WBSM.
We'll give them a second so they can get there.
Alrighty. And you will see our... I call you the Dick Clark of the South Coast, but how old are you this year?
80. I'll be 81 in a couple of months.
81 in February.
Yeah, February 12th.
The 12th of February. Look
Me
at
and
that.
Lincoln. Yeah.
Show us what you have. Ready? Da-dun, dun, da, 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 da.
We can start with the shoes and the red.
Look at those shoes, the socks, the pants, the sweater, tie shirt.
My little tie, it's an angel. The tie
That's a little angel there.
Yep.
Did anyone special give it to you, or
it was so very long ago. I don't recall.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just out as you spent. I got a suit. I want to tell you, I bought a suit at Walmart.
Walmart?
Yes, and I had it in one of my closets for many, many years. So when they first opened up, and lo and behold, I took the black suit out, and I see this label on the sleeve. What the heck is that? And it said George. So I looked, and I seen the price tag, Walmart. And lo and behold, this suit sold for $56.
Wow.
But it was on sale. I got it for $29.95.
Where did you do your clothes shopping back then?
I went in the city here. Went to Sullivan's
and
Silverstein's. Where it's two big ones. Pepin's once in a while. I'd go to a Bouchard's.
Sure.
I'd hit one of those, but we did a lot in. I like Milton's up in Boston.
Sure.
We do it there, and if we went to New York, we did it there. But I got a coat when we went to the inaugural ball. This thing must weigh 50 pounds, but it's got a big fur collar.
Oh, my goodness. I can see you in that. Say good morning to Joe Jesus, caller.
Well, good morning, Mr. Jesus and Mr. Paleologos. Norm here calling.
Good morning, Norm.
Hello, Norm.
Hi there. Hey, you were talking before about the cars in the old days, and it made me reminisce. My dad had a repair shop on Hadley and Kearsarge Street. The back of it abutted the boys' schoolyard for St. Joseph School. And I know my dad was friends with your father-in-law, Phil. But I remember the customers being lined up to get their tire chains put on when it was going to snow.
That's right.
And we had to replace the broken links, and the link that hooked to the outer chain looked like a monkey fist. We used to call them monkey links, and we had to repair them. I think my dad might have charged 50 cents a wheel back then to put their chains on when the cars came in. But that was, you didn't, and then when snow tires came out, people had two set of rims. We had to, in October, put their snow tires on, and then in April, put their regular tires back on.
You're right.
Right? That's the way it was back then. And then if you had studded tires, you could only use them in certain months because it tore the road up.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys are reminiscing with some great things. I enjoy very much listening to your show today. It's a great show.
But you know what we did also back then? If you didn't have the chains, everybody did. But if you didn't, and even if you did, we would have 50-pound bags of sand and 100-pound bags of sand in a trunk. And we did it for two reasons. give you more traction.
Right. For
And
the
if
weight.
you get stuck or anybody else gets stuck,
Sure.
you had to stand available to get them out.
Yeah, no, and you had ballast. We had customers that would put the buckets of sand plus concrete blocks in the trunk.
Sure.
That's right.
Yeah,
They had
weight it
the
down.
So they had the extra ballast over the rear tires for traction.
Now, where did you live back then?
I lived on Arlington Street between Central Ave and
Yeah.
Query, and then Nash Road between Acushnet Avenue and the Boulevard, a couple houses up from Falco's Jewelers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then now I'm in Acushnet. But, yeah, that was it. I used to go work, help my dad out at his shop, but that was it. If it was going to snow, people they'd be lined up to get their tire chains put on. And I think that was probably almost all the service stations back
They
then.
did. You're right. All the garages.
Norm,
with the
thank you for a fabulous memory, my buddy.
let me ask Norm one thing.
Yeah.
Norm, did you get your eggnog on time?
No, I don't think. I think whenever it came, it came.
Because I know I delivered it, Norm. You got 3 quarts of milk and one quart of eggnog, and I'd be there by 5 o'clock in the morning. I was making that delivery.
Well, it probably was. My mom probably had it all put away by the time I got up and looked for it. But I remember in the hallway, the metal tray, I think it held 8 quart bottles.
That's right.
They would pick up the empties and leave another one with the full ones.
That's right. Well, we had 2. We had a 6 carrier and an 8 carrier. We had both.
Well,
I worked for. Go ahead.
I remember the 8 carrier being in the hallway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Norm.
Oh, no, thank you. May God bless, and Merry
Likewise.
Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody working at the station and all your listeners out there. Thank you for letting me speak.
Beautiful, beautiful wish. Thank you so much, Norm. Always a pleasure. Bye-bye
All right,
now.
God bless.
You
Bye-bye.
as well. We're at 508-996-0500. Go to YouTube, type in WBSM, and see how handsome this young man is. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Phil.
Good morning.
It's Marilyn.
Why, good morning, Marilyn.
Good morning, and hello to Joe, and
Hi.
Merry Christmas. And I would just like to mention, you're talking about memories. Growing up in the south end of New Bedford, and we would take the bus, and we would go uptown. It was not downtown for us.
That's right.
And,
That's right. Yes, you're right.
And, of course, Silverstein's on Water Street, Martin's Clothes Shop, Pachico's Hardware. My dad would go down every Friday, and he would give Silverstein's $2 on account,
Wow,
$2 to Martin's Clothes Shop, and $2 to Pachico's Hardware. My family had running accounts, and my mother, she used to say, you know, we don't have much money, but we have good food on the table, and you all wear nice clothes.
How
And
awesome.
she always shopped at Silverstein.
Isn't that
Yeah.
beautiful?
Yes, yes.
You know, Marilyn, when you think about it, in our generation, when you went out
Our
with your
generation.
girl was dressed up, the guy was dressed up, slicked down your head with whatever grease was available, and Old Spice, and the girls were the same way. Everybody
Yeah.
looked so fantastic. Now, did you go dancing at Lincoln Park?
Now you bring that up. My mother would not let me go to Lincoln Park because of the sailors.
That's
I
right.
never
The
ever
sailors.
went dancing. I never went dancing to
You know,
Lincoln Park.
now, I'm glad you brought that up, Marilyn. You know, you talk about the sailors. On a Friday night, you would go down to the bus terminal downtown and loaded with women, girls. And where were they going?
Where?
To Newport, Rhode Island to dance with the sailors. You remember that?
Oh, I was not able to do that. So, So it brings back memories, though, doesn't it?
It
Yeah,
does.
it certainly does.
And when you get to be our age, Joe, Phil's not there yet, but you and I are close.
Yeah.
I'm 78, and you're going to be 81.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
Both of you are gorgeous. And
So
Marilyn, yeah, I mean this from my heart. You truly are. You never, ever age. You and Chuck both.
Oh,
Marilyn and I
thank
go
you.
back to when you were working at what? Merchants Bank or 5 Cent Savings?
No, it was actually First National
First
Bank
National.
of New Bedford. First National, and then it became Shawmut.
Yeah.
Shawmut Bank.
Yes, yes.
Do you
Yeah,
still have
so-
the banks, the Indian head with that they used as banks?
Oh. No, that probably went somewhere. I don't know. I had a yard sale many years ago and got rid of a lot of stuff,
Yeah. I want you both to have a beautiful Christmas. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for making
And
this
you
a
as
better
well.
community. Thank you, Marilyn.
Nice hearing from you.
Love
Thank
to you and Chuck.
Likewise.
Thank you. Bye
Take
bye.
care. Love you both.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Likewise.
And you guys should know that Dorothy Kozera in the YouTube chat room, because we have a chat room with our live video streams.
Yeah.
She says, "Love the outfit," and I'm pretty sure she's talking about Joe.
I'm sure she is. Oh, that's so cool. Good. And thank you, Dorothy. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Phil. Merry Christmas to you and
Thank
to cousin Joe Jesus.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm listening to all of this talk, and I wondered whether or not Joe might quickly review for the listeners what a rich heritage he has in our own family. I don't know if folks realize what a large family Joe comes from and how far-reaching they were into the community regarding community service, the Union Street Railway, particularly his own dad, and right to this day, those ancestors are still serving the community.
Now, are we going to go back to Bethlehem, or can
I can't talk much longer. I have to go out and feed my camel. But
shall we start with Mary and Joseph?
Okay. Listen, now,
I also wanted to run two other things out there, and one was the unfortunate transitioning of Ashley Ford, a landmark that is now a larger conglomerate of which Joe was a major part back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to bring up Boyle Brothers and Empire Clothing, where you could go in and simply on your name get credit, as the lady spoke of.
I'm
and
glad
on
you said that.
I'm going to leave you with thoughts of the 25-cent bus rides throughout the city for the entire day.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Very,
lot,
very
Bob.
good
Thank you.
tidings for the season, and Joe, I wish you well.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you very much.
Thank you. God
Merry
bless
Christmas
you.
to you. Thank you.
Wonderful memories we're sharing at 508-996-0500, and they will continue straight ahead. Welcome back as Joe Jesus remembers with us here. Tim Weisberg, thank you so much. You're awesome.
Oh, you guys are the awesome ones here. I'm just glad to sit here and listen to these memories.
Oh, wow. Let's say hello to another caller. Good morning.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Mike Kudo.
Hey,
This is
Michael.
Mike. Oh, Mike. Down in Florida.
Yep.
Bonita Springs. And, we're going to go to the beach tomorrow.
Oh, great.
We're going to go to a beach, too.
I'm talking to two icons, I'll tell you what.
Oh.
These two guys are icons. And I loved listening to Marilyn. Marilyn's an old friend. We went to school together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I see her. I see Marilyn and Chuck often because they come to a lot of my gigs.
Yes.
And she's a very active young lady. You know, they go all over the. They travel a lot. They have a wonderful, wonderful life together. It's great to hear her voice on the radio. I miss her, and I miss you guys.
Here too, Mike.
Michael, when do you come up? Do you come up at all?
Yeah, I just. Well, this is the first time we're going to try to split it half and half. So down just February through April, but this year we're trying from October through April. So this is our first time spending Christmas down here.
Yeah.
Do you know what we'd like? You know, when you come in, give us a call. Give me a call or Phil a call. We'd like to have you come on and do some reminiscing and
of course.
Just how it was back then.
I had when I was listening to this story about tinsel, I had a memory. Yeah, talking about it the other day because we asked the same question. You don't see tinsel anymore, you know. And I remember I had a beagle that used to like to eat the tinsel off the table. So one day I'm sitting on a chair. And I look, and the beagle is near me, and I can see there's a little bit of tinsel sticking out her butt. So let me finish. So I reached over very carefully with my thumb and my index finger, and I grabbed that tinsel, and she began to walk away. As she walked away, the tinsel came out. Another one popped out right after it. I changed your name to Kleenex.
What'd you change your name to?
Kleenex.
Kleenex.
Oh my gosh.
I remember going to MC Swift.
Yeah.
Originally, we'd go to Martin's downtown. I had 14 cents at the Orpheum Theater on a Saturday
Wow.
afternoon. Kids. We go to Silverstein down there, just like Marilyn did. And then, as I became a teenager, we went to Swift's. I remember going into Wings to listen to 45s in that booth where you could demo the record in a booth at Wings. Do you remember that?
Mike, do you remember the cafeteria at Star Store?
Oh, of course, ate there many times. I used to love to see that little. What do you call it? That little when you paid the bill and they sent it flying through the air.
The pneumatic messenger.
Yeah, you're right.
And I also remember years ago, Bill Mulligan and I we played for Joe up in his restaurant that he had.
That's
over
right.
in the building, yeah.
Joe Ned's.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And to Billy's memory, we send our love. And how long have you been entertaining? When was the first time, Mike?
1963.
Wow.
Amazing.
October 12th, 1963.
And
That's fantastic.
Mike, you want to talk about icons? You are framed, babe.
That's right.
You are a framed icon. I mean this.
Mike, when I got your song, you know, naturally I put it on Facebook for you can't believe the number of people that have read that song and they're looking at the cars on Purchase Street, the 55s and 58s and Fords and Chevrolets, and I'll tell Phil.
I recorded that on my cell phone, though.
Where did you record it?
On my cell phone.
Get out.
No, I did.
Old New England Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an app on my phone that allows me to record in pretty good quality, and I put the phone on a speaker in my living room, and I just played the song through, sang through my microphone into the speaker and let the phone record what I was singing.
You're amazing. You truly.
It's amazing technology. So.
No, you are the amazing technology.
You know, you touched base on every store downtown. I mean, you didn't miss a one.
I know.
Not a one.
The ones that stood out to me, of course, my sister used to work at Cherry's in the business department upstairs. The records.
Yep.
Another story. I used to pick her up when I was 16. I got my license, and so we're talking 57, 58. I turned 16 in 57. So in 1958, probably, my job was to pick her up at 5:30 when she got out of work every day, and I was driving a 1950 Chevy. And I would go in, and the town was just so busy with people, and the buses in front of the Cherries would pull up, and it was just bumper to bumper traffic, and all the way to Cherries. And I remember one day, I was kind of like looking around. I'm looking left, I'm looking right, and I don't realize that my car is rolling forward.
No.
and I bumped into a bumper of the car in front of me. Not hard, just I bumped into it. So this woman looked out the back window, and she pulled up behind the buses, and she got out of her car to run around to my window to give me help, and she forgot to take her car, put her car in park. So, she's about to start yelling at me. Her car is rolling toward the buses, and it rams into the buses. So I continued to drive by her as she started to.
Well, hey, Mike, do you remember, you're talking about the buses and all of that back then. Do you remember when they had to pave all the streets to get rid of the trolley tracks?
Oh, yeah, the trolley tracks.
That was a big thing because the trolley tracks ran all over the city.
As a kid, I got an electric football game in Hutchinson's.
Oh, yeah.
On Union Street, which became Salt Marshes.
Yep.
And then, of course, Salt Marshes moved to
Purchase Street. Yep.
Oh, wow. Can you feel the love that we're sending both of you right now down in, are you in Buenos, where, Bonita Springs or wherever you are?
Yeah, just outside of Naples. My lovely wife Joanne and I, we're both from New Bedford, so we're dealing with this. We know that tomorrow we're going to be a little nostalgic for the people up north, but we're going to Skype them, FaceTime them, and use some of the modern stuff to stay connected.
Mike, sing us one stanza of your beautiful old New England Christmas a cappella. Come on.
The mannequins at Cherries is dressed for winter. In the days when window shopping was in vogue, the railway buses lined up at the station, filling up with shoppers heading home. Now the lights at La Salette help me remember, and the train at Eaterville still makes me sigh. It's like Norman Rockwell is sitting on my shoulder, painting pictures right before my eyes.
It's
fantastic.
I want England Christmas in my city by the bay. I want to walk those busy sidewalks on Purchase Street and greet those smiling shoppers on my way. I want an old New Bedford Christmas, my hometown on the shore. I want to hear familiar voices in the hallway singing, "Fai favore apri la porta" at my door.
That's fantastic, Mike.
To you and Joanne, we send our Christmas love.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
You are a treasure. Thank you so much for listening. And how serendipitous was this that you download? Unbelievable.
It's called Radio Pup, P-U-P.
Oh, yeah.
And I had it up north, too. And so I remember Joe telling me that he was going to be on your show today. So I'm saying, gee, maybe I should call Joe to see when. Maybe I can call in or something. And then I remembered I had this Radio Pup. So I clicked on WBSM and bang, there you were.
That Radio Pup, it's not Kleenex, is it?
Mike, Radio Pup is outdated. You gotta delete that and get the brand new WBSM app.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually have that app, but I didn't realize that Tim. I used to work with Tim at WBSM.
Yeah. My very first column photo. Mike took my very first column photo.
How awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so all the connections, huh?
Yeah.
So everybody that thought I was 7 feet tall, that's thanks to Mike.
Oh.
I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you.
From the bottom of I laid down on the floor to pick her up.
Hey, if you have to, Charles Foster Kane me, that's fine. Whatever makes me look taller than I am.
All right, guys. Thank you. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas to you and Joanne.
Talk to you later.
Bye, buddy. Oh, wow. What a beautiful, wonderful, great guy.
I can't believe how quick this hour is gone.
Like that.
Wow.
Boom. I want you to share with us some of your thoughts. We have a minute or two left.
On Christmas? Well,
from your heart.
I look back then, I'm going back to the parties now when we were young.
Wow.
But it was so unbelievable because everybody helped everybody. Shoveling snow or getting their cars out of the snow. Or now, you're always at your grandmother's. Back then, grandmothers and grandfathers were the top. And I remember every Christmas would be at my grandmother's house. Actually, she lived on the second floor, and we lived on the third floor. And everybody went there, and everybody brought something, and it was just so totally unbelievable, so heartwarming.
Yeah.
And this is basically what we would do. And we'd look at one another and just think, boy, is she old. She was 49.
If you could have one or two meals or foods or desserts from back when, what would it be? Christmas time.
You know, Christmas time, my grandmother used to make, and I'm trying to think of the names of them. But it was a Portuguese dessert, and I'll be damned if I can think of the name.
What was it like?
It was like a similar to a rice pudding, but not a rice pudding. You know, whatever's in it they put in it. It was just so unbelievable. But you know, back then, breakfast, dinner, and supper made a big difference. And again, everybody would go to school with our sandwiches. You know, would have breakfast at home.
Sure.
And we'd go to school with our sandwiches, and you'd want to swap sandwiches with somebody, and you had peanut butter and he had jelly. So you went to the next guy, and he had peanut butter, and you had peanut butter. So, but you know, that's the only time we ate out.
I remember those days. I was the one that had the smelly Greek meatballs, and I wanted to give those away for the peanut butter and jelly. I wanted to become truly Americanized.
But
Joe,
you know, the good part of it all was, you know, washing your clothes and taking your bath. You know, it was just totally incredible.
We have completely filled this hour. You have, with joy and with all of the goodness the holiday season brings, as you have all of your life to this city, Joe Jesus. And I want to thank you so much for doing everything that you do from your heart. There's nobody more authentic and beautiful than you.
I believe in karma.
Absolutely. Well, it's coming. It is coming.
And I'll tell you, a big help to me is my girl, Donna. She has been the biggest sweetheart that I could possibly
imagine. A big kiss
imagine.
to Donna. Let me say thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas. God bless you all. We will see you after Christmas. Chris is coming in, so stay tuned for that. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.